Jordan Show. I'm your host Jordan, and in today's episode, we are talking about the women's England team that have just literally moments ago won the Euros final. So congratulations to England. They've had to go through a lot of ups and downs throughout this tournament. Obviously, I think was it the first game of the tournament they lost to France, was it? They lost to France. Yeah, I've kind of like watched and not watched this tournament, but the last couple of games I've been watching, and yeah, they've been a good watch. Today's game was obviously the first half, Spain were all over England, and then the second half, England were getting into it. Although Spain were all over England in the first half, they actually registered more shots on target than Spain. But Spain looked in complete control of the ball. But yeah, it was good to see. It's good to see England retaining the women's Euros trophy. So yeah, big up congratulations to them. Obviously, the second half, Russo got us a lovely headed goal after a lovely crossing from Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly's been one of the players of the tournament, if not the player of the tournament. Obviously, I think the goalkeeper as well should be, up there as one of the best players for England at this tournament. Hannah Hampton, she's been fantastic. Because obviously filling in for the shoes of Mary Earps was a big challenge for, Hannah Hampton, I would assume. So, but, she's done so well. She's done so well. And yeah, it's nice to see a lot of Arsenal, hence the top, because there's going to be Arsenal chat within this live video. It's not just going to be about the women's England team, but yeah, there's a lot of Arsenal representation in the final today. Mariona scoring Spain's first goal, and then Russo, who is also an Arsenal player, scoring our equaliser, and then Chloe Kelly, converting the crucial penalty, fifth penalty. Obviously, Beth Mead took her penalty, another Arsenal player, but she slipped over and then had to retake it, and then they saved it. It was such an up and down penalty shootout there. I was at one point I thought, oh, we've lost this now. It's not against, it's going against us. But luckily, England were able to, find their footing in that game as well as the penalty shootout and eventually win it. So yeah, big congratulations to them. I'm not too sure when they'll be doing I'm not too sure when they'll be doing a parade in London. I assume it'll be in London. I can't see it not being in London to do a parade for it. But there's a couple of people in the chat. Bro, how are you? Sam, is that Langford? I'm from England, Sam Langford, just to let you know. But yeah, I am good, thank you. Come on, England. Yes, I know. Yeah, it was a great game. Literally, bro didn't got views. Oh, not too sure. Chloe Kelly is the GOAT. Chloe Kelly. Well, she found her smile. Chloe Kelly has found her smile back at Arsenal. I did see the final. Yeah, it was a great final. I literally got in. I was out with my family for lunch, dinner, and then I literally got back, and Great Britain. Yeah. I got back from being out with my family, and yeah, literally kickoff was just starting. Yeah, great game, great game. I was thinking to myself, really, like, oh, Spain are going to win this. They've looked good this tournament. They're very good on the ball, Spain, but their end product isn't as good as England's, and it showed, I think. But yeah, no, don't be sorry for the capital letters. It's like, shouting it. You're passionate. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, it was a really good final. Very, very much like it wasn't like the best. What country you like except Britain? What country? Yeah, Gooners. Although I can see, what badge is that? I can't see what badge that is from here. But yeah, what countries do I like except from Britain? Well, I've been to the US quite a few times, been to Spain a few times as well, so I'll probably say them two countries. But yeah, Leyton Orient. I thought it was a Leyton Orient badge. It does say Junior Orient as well in your name, so, but yeah, it's nice to see some, other fans in my chat. But yeah, it was a good final overall. I thought it was, I thought it wasn't the greatest of watches, but got to extra time. I don't think they really created anything. Neither did England really, but a win's a win. You win a tournament. It doesn't matter how you win the tournament. So, but yeah, England have done really well. Arsenal played today as well. Arsenal were in pre-season in Singapore. They played Newcastle 3-2 in the end. They went 1-0 down, then they made it 2-1. Pens, Pens, I had a heart attack. Yeah, the penalty shootouts are always a killer, aren't they? It's hard to watch. You just, you look at the run up sometimes. You're like, what are you doing? Like when Chloe Kelly does that skip the hop and then takes it, I'm like, oh please. It reminds me of when Pogba used to take penalties. Paul Pogba for Man United / France. Like it's just nonchalant. Like when Mariona stepped up earlier for Spain, it looked like she didn't even care. She just stepped up, went to take the penalty, and then luckily, obviously, Hannah Hampton saved it. What happened with the Beth Mead pen? Well, yeah, I think basically because she tripped over, but like my understanding was like when you take a penalty, if you trip over, as long as that like trailing leg doesn't touch the ball first, it should count. But I'm not too sure. They had a look at it on VAR, and they obviously maybe a double touch, maybe, yeah. I haven't watched it back, but obviously, Beth Mead then went to step up to take the penalty again. Miles squad. Oh, hello, Miles squad. Yeah, she went to take the penalty again, and obviously it was saved. And I was like, oh no, 1-0 down already. But luckily, Hannah Hampton was on it, and obviously one of their penalty kicks. Can't remember who took it for Spain. Like she actually missed the goal. So, what's your opinion? Opinion on what? You're gonna have to let us know more on that. But yeah. Message retracted. That's fine. Yeah, but Beth Mead spotted a pistachio. What the hell? I'm not going to read that. But yeah, yeah, it was good. It was a good final overall. I enjoyed watching it. But yeah, that was decent. So yeah, I'll go back to Arsenal. So yeah. What's your opinion on Man United? Ooh, good opinion. Opinion on Man United. They need to improve in the midfield, I'd say, because Mbeumo and Kuna are two very good signings. But it looks like it's going to be. Oh, Ethan Perry said hi. Hi, Ethan Perry. Yeah, I think that Man United do need to sort out the midfield. I think the defence is okay. It's good enough. Onana in goal maybe, but then they're looking at Emilio Martinez. The problem is, right, when you need to make your business early, and Arsenal mid is not weak, it's soft. Yeah. Well, Kobe Mainu is decent. I really like Kobe Mainu. I rate him highly. Bruno, obviously, he's a quality player. Bruno Fernandes is quality. Like when people were saying, oh, it's obvious Odegaard's better than Bruno, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'd probably say, it's all about consistency. And if you put Bruno in our team, he scores goals, he assists more goals. I think Bruno's a fantastic player. Probably your best signing you've made in the last 10 years, I'd say probably. But yeah, I really an Arsenal fan. Yes, I am really an Arsenal fan. But someone asked my opinion on Man United, so they're kind of the same level. What, Arsenal and Man United, or do you mean Odegaard and Bruno? Yeah, it's very close. But I think Bruno's output for like scoring goals is much better than Odegaard. Like I don't see Odegaard I see Odegaard more as an Ozil, assisting goals more so. And I feel like Odegaard's work rate is just slightly, and his leadership capabilities are slightly better than Bruno. But Bruno's goal output and his free kicks as well, I think he's very good from a free kick and set pieces in general. But yeah, so yeah, Arsenal played AC Milan earlier in the week, and then they played Newcastle, and then they're moving from Singapore to Hong Kong. But Arsenal have made some really good signings already this transfer window, and we've done all our business early. Whereas with Arsenal, usually we take so long. Like, all right, the Victor Gyökeres deal. Do you think the Europa League final was rigged? It was such a bore fest. That oh my god, that was a boring Europa League final. Tottenham versus Man United. Well, Tottenham, like, what surprised me with the Ange Postecoglou tactic for that. I know, right? Oh, I think Odegaard's XG is higher, which is good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Good point. Yeah, I know, right? Do you think the Europa League final was rigged? Yeah, I think I think that final was just very like the tactics that Ange Postecoglou put in. It's like he didn't actually really go for it. I think he just knew that like if we just stick to where we are, Man United won't be able to penetrate us, which is, it's such a boring way of like playing football. But yet again, if it gets you the result and it's got them into the Champions League now, they're not really going to care, are they? Tottenham. So and then they sacked Postecoglou anyway. But I think if you lose 20 games in a season, I think it was 20 games, wasn't it? At least 20 league games Tottenham lost, and then finish 17th, you've got to go, even if you win the Europa League. But they won the Europa League with it being the first season that no Champions League players came through. What the hell? Do you like Zubamendi, George? Yes, I do like 28 league losses. No, it wasn't that many. Bloody hell. Do you like Zubamendi, George? I do. I think he's a very solid signing from Arsenal. He was the first signing that we made. I think we've been talking to him for ages, talking to like his representatives for ages. I don't think the Spurs will even make it to round of 16. Probably not. No, I don't think they'll do that well. To be fair, they've tried to obviously hijack Morgan Gibbs White, and then Nottingham Forest have now turned around and said, hands off. We've put him on a new contract. Get out of it. They've signed Mohamed Kudus from West Ham, but yeah, Tottenham haven't really done much. I'm still. Not even going to read that one either. Random. Anyway, but yeah. I wish we got what the hell. But yeah, these chats. Anyway, I'm getting so distracted from these chats. But yeah, we've made our signings quite early, and they've been good signings. Kepa replacement for Neto, who left. We needed a sub goalkeeper. Obviously, then it was Zubamendi, Norgard, because we've lost Thomas Partey and Jorginho. You brought in Noni Madueke, who we needed for that right-hand side of the pitch to cover Saka. Ethan Nwaneri's now been asked to play more of a central role, so that's fair enough. I think on the left-hand side, we're still a little bit, understocked there. And I think Eberechi Eze, who we've been linked with, would be a quality addition on that left-hand side of our front three. Because we could basically line up next season with David Raya in goal. Then it would be Timber or Ben White. I would preferably go with Ben White, just purely because I like that link-up he has with Saka. And then your two centre-backs, Saliba and Gabriel, that picks itself. Probably the best centre-back pairing, in my opinion, in world football. But, let me know, is that not right? If that's not right or not. I think the only downside, or the only opposition to that probably is, Van Dijk and Konate. And then at left back, I'd say it's obviously Miles Lewis-Skelly, cover is Calafiori, and then your midfield three of Zubamendi as the number 6, and then 2/8 being Declan Rice and Odegaard, and then Eze on the left if we sign him. If we don't sign him, which would be quite disappointing, if we get someone in like a Rafa Leo, or you play Trossard/Martinelli there, and then on your right hand side is obviously Bukayo Saka, and then up front is Victor Gyökeres. I think that's how you pronounce it. I wish we got Gyökeres. Yeah, well, Man United were heavily linked with him, weren't they? Because obviously he had the Ruben Amorim links to Eze from not to Eze to Gyökeres because of playing at Sporting Lisbon together. Which is fair enough. But yeah, he said, you made me laugh. What the hell? Okay. Anyway, yes. Random messages in this chat. Victor Gyökeres was a fantastic signing, for Arsenal. It took a long time to get it through. I think Sporting were playing very much hardball for us to get him, but we finally got him. I don't know if he's going to have any part in Hong Kong playing Tottenham in pre-season. He might play some games at the Emirates Cup, but yeah. I know, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Very weird in the chat. Anyway, I think you lot will win the Prem this year. You've got a strong attack in midfield and Gabriel is in defence. Yeah. I think we've got a good chance, but the problem is, right, and I don't know if he's still in the chat, Sam, he put the message about Zubamendi, but he's a Liverpool fan. And he's been on this channel before when we've done videos. We've done 2 or 3 in the past together. And, obviously if they've got Alexander Isak and Ekatike and Florian Wirtz, they're strengthening, and that's what you do, don't you? You know, look at Man United over the years when they would win the Premier League, they'll go right. Who are we getting in to make sure we win it next year? You know what I mean? They would build on what they've already earned, and you know it's just a quality way of doing it. Do you think Liverpool will be favourites for the league, or do you think Arsenal will be close now? You have a good few signings, especially a striker. Yeah, Darren, you're exactly right. The striker was always the if Arsenal only had a striker. So now we've put our money where our mouth is. So Arteta is under serious scrutiny this season. If he doesn't win, I want at least Premier League or Champions League. You know, I want us to take it to the last day in the Premier League and the final of the Champions League at least. And then if it's neither of them two, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, you know, it's you can't spend that much money and then get nothing back. Like a second place finish is good for consistency, but at the end of the day, in 10 years, 15, 20 years time, we're not going to look back and go, oh, do you remember them seasons where we finished second 4 times in a row? No, I want to win trophies. So when people go to me, oh, you know, would you rather finish 17th and win the Europa League or finish second and with no titles? Right now, I'd obviously say, no, I want to finish second. But looking back in 20 years' time, no one's going to care that we came second. They're going to care about winning trophies. What's the other questions? I think Liverpool. I'm a Man United fan. I believe they will win. Their squad is actually like class. Yeah, it's got a lot of options there. I'm not too sure. Someone will have to tell me in the comments. But they signed a left back, didn't they? Because they've got Andy Robertson. They've got someone else. They signed Frimpong, and they've also got Connor Bradley. They've got Konate and Van Dijk. But I think they need another centre back there because I think they're a bit light in that centre back. Joe Gomez. I don't really rate him. We've got Alisson in goal. Probably the best goalkeeper in the world. And then that midfield is just so fluid. Like they can all play different roles. They can all attack. It's a lovely midfield they've got there. It's very, very fluid. And obviously you've got Mohamed Salah, who's just class player. And then Luis Diaz, who looks like he's on his way out. That's why the Isak deal looks more like it's going to happen. But yeah, Arsenal. I can only focus on what Arsenal are going to do. Obviously, if you wanted my prediction right now, I think it will be Liverpool to win the league, but you never know. We haven't started match day 1 yet, so let's see. Obviously, Victor Gyökeres coming in is a huge deal because Arsenal it's a state of intent. So much like Liverpool signing Ekitike and then potentially Isak, that is a statement of intent. I'm not expecting to hit the ground running straight away, but if he can just if he can bring the scoring prowess that he had in Sporting to Arsenal, oh my god, it'll be amazing. Good question. Do you guys pick your favourite teams based on how cute oh god, no, I'm not reading the rest of that. Bloody hell, I read the first thing and I was like, you know what, no, why is this in the chat? It's getting on my bloody pip, this is. Right, there we go. Right, anyway, yeah, sorry, just had to do something with that. It's getting annoying now. But yeah, yeah, it's just one of them. It's a case of oh, 1 second. Right, yeah, there we go. Yeah, what do you think? Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? I think Mbappe or maybe Yamal or Dembele. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously PSG smoked, and I mean smoked the Champions League this season. We lost to them, and they were not anywhere like that to us in the semi-final. Yeah, good question. I don't think it'd be Mbappe. I'm going to say no to Mbappe. Lamine Yamal has been amazing. One player that was heavily getting rumoured to be up there was that Rafinha for Barcelona. Yamal's going to be one for the future, and I think it's too. Is it too soon? It's never too soon, I guess. But yeah, I'd say Ousmane Dembele. He's been quality, hasn't he? But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season coming up. But yeah, okay. Let's have another go at this. Sorry, guys. Right. Okay. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Thank you. But yeah, this is you do live streams like this, and then things like that happen, and it's like it's throwing me off my concentration levels, you know. Um, but yeah, yeah, the channel. Well, yeah, I think Arsenal overall, you know, hopefully. Have you ever? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, which thank you very much. But yeah, it's a case of just waiting to see what happens. But overall, I'm very happy with this transfer window. If we were to close the window now, I'll probably give the rating of the window about a 7 out of 10. We've made some good signings. I don't think we've got enough to win the league. But if say an Eze came in and maybe one more, I'm being a bit greedy at that point. But yeah, if Eze was to come in, I'd call it a 9 out of 10 window. Because there's not many players we need to offload really. I had a look at it yesterday. Once we assigned Victor Gyökeres, I thought with myself, right, who have we got now in this squad? Who could come in as a sub player? And there's only two players I could really think of that I wouldn't really use, and it was Zinchenko and it was Gabriel Jesus. Everyone else, I think, has a part to play in this team. And you've got to remember, we've got a lot of youth players as well, like that Max Dowman. If you haven't seen anything about Max Dowman, have a look on, there's clips of it going around from both the AC Milan game and the Newcastle game today. He just looked quality. Sorry, I was holding like a hiccup there / a burp. But yeah, he looks really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing him more. But it's yet again, it's like don't rush him. Like Lamar Yamal has literally just been thrown in at the deep end and gone, you either sink or swim, and he's not sinking anytime soon. But yeah, Max Dowman, I think just get him ready. Don't push him in, to the team too quickly, because otherwise it could ruin him. But hopefully it won't, obviously. But yeah, it's been really good watching. We've had obviously we haven't had Premier League for a while, but we've been watching the women's game, and then yeah, it won't be too long, and then we'll be with the Arsenal men's. So yeah, and obviously Arsenal women's games. It's much easier to get tickets for Arsenal women's games than it is men's. Trust me. You put yourself on the ballot and you just hope for the best. But yeah, it's been good talking to you guys. I haven't obviously done one of these videos in quite a while. I've been playing a lot of video games instead. But no, in the coming weeks, I will be doing more and more of these sort of live streams because I've got some conversations that I want to talk about. And yeah, I've got some, not free time, but I've got time to do these videos. It will be very short ones. Like this is quite longer than I was intending to do. 22 minutes has just flown by. But yeah. Overall, very happy as an Arsenal fan. If it was Gladiator and I'm going up or down or sideways, I'm definitely going more towards up, very up. I'm very happy. So yeah, we'll just have to see how we get on. Thank you to everyone who's put messages in the chat. Not all of the messages, but most of them have been really good. So, but yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back with an live episode of my streaming for gaming next week. It won't be anything during the week, but yeah, it's been really good. So yeah, congratulations once again to the England's women team. They'll be probably partying in Basel tonight, no doubt. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good week, and I'll see you next weekend for more episodes of the Just George Allen Show. So take care of yourself, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.